What's up guys, I'm here with another video. Welcome to episode 110 of Let's Build a City. Today we're building a milkshake store. So, yeah. It's episode 110 of Let's Build a City. Today we're building a milkshake store. Let's build a milkshake store.
Hey, what's up YouTube? In this video, I'll be showing you how to make your very own milkshake shop for all of your city building needs. Before we begin, I'd really appreciate it that if you guys enjoy this tutorial, please do hit that like button as it helps me out so much. And if you are new around here, consider subscribing, click that little bell next to the subscription button. And last but not least, please watch as much of the video as you possibly can because that helps just as much as well. But without any further ado, let's get started. This is the amount of space required to make your milkshake shop, an 18 by 16 block area as represented by the white concrete grid on the ground, which you are more than welcome to make if you are planning out a city. As a matter of fact, if I would have planned better, I probably wouldn't have an excavator next to where I want to build my store. Here are all of the materials.
Right, let's grab the materials.
To make our store, please do make sure that you have access to all those materials and enough of them as well. So now that we have all of our stuff, we can get started. If you've made the grid, come all the way down to the bottom left hand corner of it and count right from the corner 1, 2, 3, and then inwards 1, 2, 3, 4. Begin by placing a light blue concrete on the ground. Dig 2 rows to the right, 1, 2. Place 2 light blue concrete going right, 1, 2. Extend towards you by 1. Extend up by 3, 1, 2, 3. And go right by 7.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. You then want to extend back by 7 as well.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7.
And then connect all.
See, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. I got that 7.
Down to the ground. But not only do you want to connect down to the ground, but I also want you to extend upwards by 3 as well. 1, 2, 3. And then extend that third block backwards. We want to extend backwards by 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. And then connect down. I realise that we're making a little bit of a weird shape, but it will all make sense in the end. Okay, we want to extend the entire back of the milkshake store across the back of the build, and we want to line it up with where we very first started. So we're going to make this entire back wall light blue concrete. It wants to be as high and as long as the bottom and left row. So we just want to fill the entire thing in like this. Then we can connect the bottom of this all the way forward, so we can connect it to the entrance like so. And now we can start planning out some features of the build. So coming all the way over to the left of the row that we just made, place 2 light blue concrete, 1, 2, and then 4 glass, 1, 2, 3, 4. Add another row of glass on top of this, just like so, and that's perfect. Come over to the opposite side of your milkshake store, and on this opposite side we can fill this little gap in here using light blue concrete like this. But then on the right place a light blue, and left of this 2 glass, 1, 2, just like this. And then we want to extend the glass upwards by 1. And then we can actually just fill all of this area in using light blue concrete. So just like this, creating a nice little window. Perfect. Okay, so next we want to kind of make a feature out of this part of the build. So if you take the top of this heightened area here, extend it forwards and down to the corner, and extend this left and down to the corner, and fill these areas in using white concrete, then this will give you a sign area like this, so we can place a sign there. Left of this is where the entrance wants to be, and the entrance is a little bit different. So first of all, if we raise up these two rows of light blue concrete here, raise them up each by 3. 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, and we can join them together at the top. You can even place a glass block underneath these. Then we want to, and this is where things get a little bit weird, we want to take these two middle blocks here, place white concrete on top of the two middle blocks, and then a 2x2 block of pink concrete on the top. Then I want you to extend underneath this row, forwards, horizontally, to make, honestly, it's quite a peculiar shape. Then left and right of the rows of pink and white, we want to raise up the light blue concrete. And then we're able to fill in the entire left side of the milkshake store. So all of this can just be light blue concrete, and we already have our windows. So that's looking pretty good so far. We are missing a rather large window here at the front of the build, but this is quite easily remedied. So if you take the bottom light blue concrete block here and place 7 quartz slabs going right, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, and then extend that 7th block backwards by 3, 1, 2, 3, stick a light blue concrete on the end, join up, fill in this gap. Perfect. So behind all of these quartz blocks, we want to place an alternating pattern, and it doesn't matter what you start off with, either a white concrete or a pink concrete, but we want to place an alternating pattern of those two blocks directly behind the quartz slabs like this. What we can then do is make a window out of this area by placing glass in between the quartz slabs and the frame of the building, just like so. And we want to add a little canopy, a little hangover to this. So I'm going to place string in front of the top front large part of the window here. And then coordinating with the same colour concrete, I'm going to place alternating white and pink carpets. So if you want, you can have but 1 row of canopy, or you can have 2, or 3, or 4, but you can have whichever you like. It really doesn't matter. So as long as you're happy, it genuinely doesn't matter. I'm thinking I like 2 because I'm going to have a set of chairs underneath here, so that's why I'd like 2, because it'll actually overhang the chairs, whereas if it was just 1, it wouldn't. So the next thing that I want to do is the same thing above the doorway. So with the doorway, I'm not sure, do we want it to stick out in the same manner? So do we want it to stick out 1, do we want it to stick out 2? I like it being a bit different, so I think we'll just leave it at 1 for that. I'm pretty happy with that. What else can we do whilst we're out here? Well, I already mentioned that there's seats, so why don't we make those? They're quite easy to make. It's birchwood stairs and rods, birch trapdoor, birch cradle. Other things we can do involve birch fence, pink glass, and white glass. comes to the seats, I'm going to start the first one over here, like where the window begins. Going to be one row away, so literally just here. Birch stair, end rod, birch stair. Gap of 1, birch stair, end rod, birch stair. Boom. Easy as that. Can you see why I wanted the canopy to overhang an extra row? That's why. So on the sides of the seats, I'm placing some trapdoors. This may be tricky because we've got like string of... Oh no, actually perfect. I can actually get in here just fine. Nice. And then for table toppers, you can use either birch, because we've got like string of... Oh no, actually perfect. I can actually get in here just fine. Nice. And then for table toppers, you can use either birch. Oh yeah, I forgot. My bad. Bedrock isn't as good as Java, so instead of using birch pressure plates, which does work in Java, by the way, you could use iron trapdoors, you can use pink carpet, you can use white carpet. Shall we try pink? Shall we see if this looks silly or not? It might or might not look silly, so pink. Yeah, you can place some carpet on top of trapdoor. So, yeah, that's looking pretty good. Yeah, I don't mind the big tables. I did kind of want like a whole birch theme, but any colour carpet would do. Unless you are on Java, then you can just regularly place pressure plates, as you should be able to. If it makes sense to place a thin bit of carpet on top of here, and the carpet will slump over, why can't you place a pressure plate? It's made out of wood, honestly. So I might as well just keep that in there now. Okay, little rant over. Above the door we have white and pink concrete. So if we take the bottom of the white concrete and place white glass in front, and the pink concrete, you can see where there's going pink concrete in front. Then if we stick a birch fence above and behind, and we grab ourselves the white carpet, because it kind of looks like foam or milk or cream or something. Perfect. It kind of looks to me like a milkshake. I tried to find a milkshake banner. Couldn't really find one that I was happy with, so I kind of made like a nice little... I think it looks kind of like a milkshake. I'm pretty happy with it. So now that we've done that, I want to re-floor the entire inside of the build. So the entire inside of the build, I have mixed thoughts around. So you could make the floor birch planks, and then you could then make the ceiling chiseled quartz. I don't know which way I prefer it. Originally, I have chiseled quartz for the floor, so I know what that looks like, right? Obviously, it's going to look nice because it's a nice block, but why don't we try out the chiseled, the birch planks for the floor, and then we can try the chiseled quartz for the ceiling. Why don't we give that a go? Honestly, it also fit. The doors are birch doors. We're using some birch furniture outside. It would make sense that we use birch planks for a floor. It's not came out of nowhere. So when it comes to the ceiling, I think that you guys will probably be able to figure out where the ceiling is, but basically just above the window line. So why don't we try some quartz for this? See, originally I actually used just lightweight concrete for the ceiling because I was like, oh, it kind of fits the theme, but I didn't end up liking it, so that's why I've had this like little change of heart here in regards to the floor and the ceiling. I definitely wanted the chiseled quartz because I absolutely love it. So I think that actually looks just fine. I actually like it a little bit better than the original. So now that we've done that, I think we should completely put a finish to the outside of the building. There's only two things left, one of which we'll do later, but right now we have to make the sign. So the sign. about banners make it very apparent. So we need white loom, number one, white banners, white dye, and black dye. We're going to be making the same sign twice, or, well, I'm not making the same sign twice. But if you make it building in survival, if you're not building with creative, I'll have to make the same sign twice. So I'm going to place a loom on the ground, crack it open. We're going to start off with our first letter. White banner in there, throw some black in there. First letter is S. So horizontal row. Oh, I'm not making the same sign twice. But if you make it building in survival, if you're not building in creative, I'll have to make the same sign twice. So I'm going to place a loom on the ground, crack it open. I'm going to start off with our first letter. White banner in there, throw some black in there. First letter is S. So horizontal row of black across the top, horizontal row of black across the bottom. Diagonal, top left corner to bottom right corner, black, just like that. Boom, we've got our S. Next letter would be H. So for H, vertical row of black on the right, vertical row of black on the left. Finish up, horizontal row of black. We've got our S. Next letter would be H. So for H, vertical row of black on the right, vertical row of black on the left. Finish up, horizontal row of black straight through the middle. Next is A. So perfect. Vertical row straight through the middle. Sorry, horizontal row through the middle. Vertical row on the right, vertical row on the left, horizontal across the top. Boom. A. K. So K, very easy. Vertical row back on the left, and then we want both of the diagonal patterns. So top left to bottom right, bottom left to top right. Boom. Now we have Shack, which is perfect. I didn't know he was in Minecraft. So grab another black banner. We need E. So horizontal row in every single which way, top, bottom, middle, and then a vertical row on the left side will give you your E. Now I'm going to place it manually, otherwise that would have gone over there and that would have bothered me. So we have shape, which isn't an order, it's just a suggestion. So in the white areas at the top of the build, S-H-A-K-E-S, boom, shakes. And I quite like the milkshake, kind of like it's milk shakes. Like I didn't feel the need to add milkshake, so I kind of like just shakes. I don't know, feel free to add milk plus if you wanted to. You could literally like M-I-L-K like right in the middle, and you could extend the top and stuff if you wanted to. But I quite like this. So here we go. On the opposite side as well, shakes. And I don't know, I just really like that. I think it's quite a nice one to stay to the building. It's pretty cool. So that's the outside. Pretty much done. I'm going to get rid of all this, and I'm going to grab a couple of birch doors. So this is what the outside will look like if you add some smooth stone as well. Obviously that will improve things a little bit, or whatever pavement material you might enjoy. But let's move on to the inside. I'm going to grab some stuff first though. So for the inside, white concrete, pink concrete, smooth quartz stair. End rods. Originally I would be using wood pressure blades, but bedrock has a problem with them. So I'm thinking light blue carpet, maybe? Let's try some light blue carpet instead, because I don't want to repeat pink and white. So that will do for now. Let's make some of the seats. So inside, where we have all of the white and pink already, I want to extend the pink here backwards using a white and then a pink block like this. I want to knock out this corner, light blue concrete, place a pink there, and then extend this pink, white, pink, so that it's equal to over here. I want to have a little seating arrangement just as you walk in, so I'm actually going to have a seat here, so that's a quartz stairs, end rod, quartz stair, with a light blue tabletop, and that would be birch. Here, I want to have a loading seat, so I'm going to have two corners, so this is going to be made up of 3 smooth quartz stairs, lever gap, stair, lever gap, stair. So I would happily get a milkshake by myself. So we have these single seats here, and then we have these booths, and then we have this like back-to-back table. And you can see why. Well, actually, it doesn't really matter now. It's quite good that we're using the light blue carpet because it kind of incorporates all of the colours, but if we use birch as a floor. But if we would have used chiseled wood, I would have been quite unhappy not to have been able to use the birch pressure plate. I'm going to have to remember that one. I always seem to forget what you can and can't do. So, anyway. We've got to make a little bit of a countertop. The countertop is quite easily made. So by leaving a gap of 2 between the seating area here, so I leave a whole gap of 1, 2, and then against this wall we want to place an upside down quartz stairs, and the upside down quartz stairs extends all the way to the left, and we actually want to leave a gap of 2 against this wall. The end stair wants to be flared like this, so we kind of want to, it just looks a little bit better. Some light blue concrete underneath this also looks very good. Wall. The end stair wants to be flared like this, so we kind of want to, it just looks a little bit better. Some light blue concrete underneath this also looks very good. Come on. How do we... No, okay, never mind. We'll just have to... It's a... Okay, I'll tell you what, I'll knock out this entire row of birch here, perfect, then I'll place the light blue, and then I'll just replace the birch, that's fine. So I like the way that looks. The pink and white carpet can come out again, and I think I'll match it up, so like, where we have this pink carpet, the pink concrete here, I think I'll match it up to the pink carpet. I think I said that the right way around, although it doesn't matter anyway, because I think I'll match it up, so like, where we have this pink carpet, the pink concrete here, I think I'll match it up to the pink carpet. I think I said that the right way around, although it doesn't matter anyway, because as we come over here, it doesn't even match up, so that's irrelevant. Along this countertop, I just want to have a smooth stair, and we can actually use a pressure plate for whatever odd reason. I like to place pressure button. Along this countertop, I just want to have a smooth stair, and we can actually use a pressure plate for whatever odd reason. I like to place pressure plates next to tills, so yeah, that's a thing. We've got this window here. I actually want to start the counter from the foot, so the end block of the window here, I want to place a row of light blue concrete that extends all the way across. It lines up with this till area. Actually, we'll knock one block off because, okay, so does that make sense? So from underneath this window, we want to extend a row of light blue concrete, and then we want to leave a gap of 3. Extend the light blue concrete back, and then left. So we want to create an indentation. To the right of this, actually, so from here, I'm going to extend the corner block upwards like so, and then I'm going to, although maybe we could keep this false wall. So, okay, hang on. Let's experiment with this. So this is what we want to have. You can see we've got the entire row of light blue concrete across the back. We've got a gap of 3, a row of 2 separating it, and then we've extended this area. That might work for this purpose a little bit later on. Okay, so this area here, I want to place a row of light concrete just in between, like this, so in between this area. And I want to grab I need a few things, so I'm going to need flower pot, item frame, eye trap door, lever, or lever, and I want to place 2 iron trap doors on top of each other here, and I want to be able to, I want to flip those upwards, so that's going to mean a little bit of digging. So here, is this the block? So I'm going to use some levers to activate this, so that's 1, and then I'm going to have to dig into, I think that this would do it. Yes, perfect, so we can do that in the ceiling. And then we've just got to replace the blocks who dig into, I think that this would mean a little bit of digging. So here, is this the block? So I'm going to use some levers to activate this, so that's 1. And then I'm going to have to dig into, I think that this would do it. Yes, perfect, so we can do that in the ceiling. so just like this. So this looks like the edge of a machine, and we want to have another row of white concrete parallel to the road just down below, connecting to the iron trap door here, so that's perfect. And then we want to place a set of levers, so this is going to, we have to place another row of white concrete just behind here, or you could use sea lanterns if you wanted to. So you could use a light source back here so that I keep it light, and then we could have levers like underneath this, and I'd like the levers to be pointing forwards, just like this, and then flower pots in front, and then item frames above, and we'll place some buttons along the bottom. So this just looks like a milkshake machine, or at the very least an ice cream machine. It looks pretty good regardless. So the next thing that I'm going to do is, you see, I'm not sure about this. So this area originally, this is basically just, we're going to have some brewing stands here, and we want to have stuff that, like jars, that we would keep ingredients in for the milkshakes. So it's very possible that we could just have like a whole line of jars up here, and we could have like a shelf of jars, so to speak. No, it's very possible that we could just have like a whole line of jars up here, and we could have like a shelf of jars, so to speak, and then in front of the shelf of jars we can have all of our stuff, and maybe even a couple more jars as well if we wanted to. I think that that's actually a pretty nice layout. I actually do quite like that. Now, should we change this into, say, white concrete like this, or perhaps into stairs? Would that look now, should we change this into, say, white concrete like this, or perhaps into stairs? Would that look a little bit better, just like this? I don't know. I'll kind of leave it like that. But I definitely do want to have, like, this looks like a shelf, so I'm actually quite happy about that. And then basically we'll just be placing like a load of item frames. Like, item frames will be in front of all of these. But I definitely do want to have, like, this looks like a shelf, so I'm actually quite happy about that. And then basically we'll just be placing like a load of item frames. Like, item frames will be in front of all of these. Like, the only thing is we can't place oak trapdoors on top of here now. Or can we? Bedrock is a very strange creature. It might let us do one thing but not another. No, we can't place anything on the glass connecting to the item frame. Java letters. So that's okay. You'd be able to place carpet if this was Java, I believe. Maybe we still can. No, okay, never mind. Feel free to place like a carpet on top of these if you like. Anywho, so now, just to finish things off, I'm just going to figure out what blocks we need just to finish off the build, ladies and gentlemen, because we're very, very close, but we are just missing a few blocks here and there. So let me just clear all of this stuff out, and I'll be back with everything that we need to finish this. And I might do a little bit of experimenting with the design of this. Okay, so I think I've figured out all of the remaining materials that we're going to be needing. So here we go. We're going to start off with brewing stands, flower pot, lantern. Paintings, concrete, brown concrete, yellow concrete, buttons, and cake. That should be in every item list. Okay, so brewing stands, obviously making drinks, so we can place perhaps one here, and then that should be in every item list. Okay, so brewing stands, obviously making drinks, so we can place perhaps one here, and then just leave it at that. We only need a couple of them. Likewise, we can use to kind of like just pad out the remaining area here. We can have a lantern, maybe just on the till area here, maybe just like another flower pot. Perhaps a cake just here as well, just like on the counter. That looks pretty good. I want to use pink, brown, and yellow concrete here, just above where we have the milkshake/ice cream machine, with stone buttons across the bottom. Then it just looks like a nice proper machine. I want to spread some lanterns, kind of like just about the place, and just like flower pots, just about the place. It just looks like a nice proper machine. I want to spread some lanterns, kind of like just about the place, and just like flower pots, just about the place. You might be wondering, why so many flower pots? I'm thinking that they're kind of just like drinks. Like, they're not necessarily flower pots like they're drinks. You can use sea pickles for the exact same effect if you like, although they're green. It isn't really work that much in a milkshake, although I guess you can get green milkshakes. It is just shakes, it's not necessarily just milkshakes, I suppose. So I want to place some just pictures on the wall as well. I kind of want them in a, I don't know what the word for this is, I can't remember what the term is for like when you put like a load of pictures together. Maybe collage might be the right. You know, just something like this, just kind of like on. Wall like this. Something like this.
Sorry about that.
The same as over there? Yes, it is. So I just kind of like the idea of just like a collage of pictures. I think it just kind of... brightens the place up a little bit. I do quite like it. Again, if you want variants, then sea pickles, which aren't bad here. So sea pickles, you know, they do look like cups. So you can place them in all sorts of different varieties. If you wanted to free them, probably a little bit too weird too, that would make sense. Can't place them on upside down stairs, of course you can't become one from the bottom. So, we could extend, like, we could... Okay. I was thinking that perhaps we could place, like, I don't know how we would do that, though. Maybe it's because maybe it doesn't really work. Although I bet it would. Like if we, I was thinking. I'm not expressing my thoughts very well. I was thinking that maybe we could like seal up this area, and we could have like this whole machine. Like we could have the machine separate from this counter space. But then I don't quite know how we would activate this trap door here, unless it would work where. Because, you know, sometimes redstone's a little bit finicky. Sometimes if we were to place like a lever under here, that might work. No? Okay. That's okay. That doesn't matter. We could just like leave it like that exposed at the side if we wanted to. Like, I suppose I'll kind of like leave that up to you, like what sort of, how you want the side of your machine to look like. If you were quite happy with it just in the first place, then that's okay. But I kind of wanted it sealed. sign, but I don't think that that is going to be possible for me unless I like extended the back out a little bit, or if I cheaply place like a lever just off just here to right behind this brewing stand. That would definitely work, I'm pretty sure. So like if I was to place say here, and then if I was to destroy this, but then again, like I'm causing a lot of carnage for just like a single trap door, but I don't know. I mean that's pretty hidden, and I do quite like the effect. So you know, it's kind of up to you what you want to do. But anyway, I'm quite happy with everything. The only thing that I'm door, but I don't know. I mean that's pretty hidden, and I do quite like the effect. So you know, it's kind of up to you what you want to do. But anyway, I'm quite happy with everything. The only thing that I want to do now is kind of just like I want to fill up these item frames, so it doesn't really. Matter what you put in the item. The frames. I like the milkshake sauce, and I like the. Hang on. Here's the. Wait, can we just put that back up there? There we go. I like the milkshake stores where you can have like all sorts of different chocolate and all sorts of different flavours and stuff. And, like if you wanted to, you could have like a Mars bar milkshake, you could have like Snickers milkshake, you know, whatever you want, toffee crisp milkshake. So I kind of like those, and I just think it makes the area look a little bit more colourful. The only thing that I've got to do, or that we've got to do to finish off this build, is to come out here, grab ourselves some smooth stone, and we've just got to dig out all of the remaining part of the grid, and we've got to put some smooth stone in it. So, ladies and gentlemen, I'm going to do exactly that. I'll dig everything out, I'll put some smooth stone there, and make sure that the whole place looks really nice. And
same thing. No, just do this. Go away, bloody llama.
once that's done because we have completed this tutorial. So this is what your milkshake shop will look like once it's been 100% fully completed.
I have finished a milkshake store. I hope you guys enjoyed this video of me building a milkshake store. If you did guys enjoy this video, smash the like button, smash the subscribe button, hit the notification bell so you don't miss a video from me, and I'll see you guys soon. Have a lovely day guys, peace out.